What's good, people? We are back. We are back. Welcome to the 25th episode. We got the whole team here. Shout out to my little brother. He just woke up 30 seconds ago. That would be PK. And we got to welcome back Akumu, the queen of the block, aka Master Sister. Let's go. And you know the Matrix is always here because he ain't got nothing to do on Saturdays. He don't got no date life. He don't got no nightlife. It is what it is, people. But welcome, man. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all don't be getting mad. But listen, welcome back to the Dragon's Den, man. And we all welcome you. I see y'all lit in the chat, man. I see y'all live. I know y'all waiting, and we are ready to give you that smoke. And with that being said, the queen is back in the building. What's good, Akumu? What have you been playing? How's that new job? And how is the adjustment?
I'll be honest, I haven't really played much because, as you know, I had been sick, so it's just kind of a lot of rest in between working. Um, as far as work, it's good. It's good. It's an adjustment. Like I said, after I lost the job, you out of work for like a year, and now I'm back on those early mornings, and I'm not used to it no more. So sometimes as one of my teammates said, they see my eyes roll back to the back of my head sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to stay awake.
Okay.
But yeah, a little bit nervous as it is when you start a new job, information thrown at you. But I think I'm getting it. My trainer tells me that I'm doing good, and I just need to have more confidence. So
Hey, sometimes you got to do that. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. PK, my
What's
man,
happening?
the most electrifying light skinned brother. And might I say, this panel is looking stupendous, my light skinned people. Let's show them how to do it. Now, I'm just playing. Listen, PK, what you been up to? What you been playing? Tell them what you been doing, what you been gaming on. Talk to us. We ain't seen you on here since a week, so let's get it.
Hey man, listen. I know I've been gone, but that don't mean I ain't got my gaming in. Let me tell you. What's today? What's today? The 11th. I think I got like 18,000 achievements. And no, I'm serious. Like legit. That's how many games I've been playing, dog. Like legit. Jumping from Tales of Arise, which I've been waiting on for the last 2 years, is my favorite. I killed Hades, man. 1,000 that.
Oh my
Yo,
God, that's some work.
I went ahead and what is it? I went back to Avengers, hitting that Fancy Star, hitting that up. I mean, literally, I made sure I put time into everything. I even went back to Pokemon uh, Unite, even though Kumu never added me. She don't want to play with me.
wow, I still haven't
Um,
seen the friend request.
oh,
I still
like
haven't
yo,
seen the friend request.
don't let her don't look. She fronting y'all. Don't let her listen to you. She know how to get to me. Okay, she you know what I mean? So I've been gaming a lot and I got so many other games in the queue is unreal.
No, I'm
Hell,
gonna
I
I'm
got
gonna
tells
I'm gonna put you on blast. I heard you a 15,000 gamer score
hey man,
for the month.
hey man,
It's not
hey,
even
let me tell
over.
you something. Let
My
me
man
tell you
play
something.
games.
Let me tell you something. I got Tales of Rise on Xbox and Steam. That's how crazy it is. That's how crazy it is. Like legit.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, it's a good time to be a gamer because we got a lot of stuff coming out for the holiday. This matter of fact, this fall has just been so full. Game Pass has just been feeding me. I mean, from Last Stop, Hades, you know what I mean? We got what was it, Ascent before? Now I'm sitting there looking like, wait a minute, Little Nightmares 2 on Game Pass? Oh, whoa, wait, what? And I still got uh, a dark door. Was it dark door? That's still installed. I haven't even touched that yet.
Mm.
You know what I mean? This is like too many good games, man. For people to cry about not having games, you can't. There's no way you can talk about not having no game when it's Game Pass. Game Pass feeds you. Steam be having good deals. I mean, there's a lot of ongoing games. I know Destiny had an update, and I retired from Destiny, but you know what I mean. They always got stuff going on. Avengers, Wakanda Forever. That's what I'm talking about. Loving this Black Panther. All right, I maxed him out. ready to get it in.
Mm.
But I've been doing a little bit of everything, man. Just I I don't know, man. This is what life is like. I can't wait to actually just take a vacation and just be a hermit and then knock it out.
Okay. Okay. Well, shout out to you for stealing all Xbox Live gamer points and everything else that you do on the block. Hey, listen, man. We saw a preview to my man's movie Slit, man. Yo, Neo, how do
Hmm.
you feel about having that Matrix 4 drop? Did you feel empowered? Did you feel that you have your mojo back? How do you feel, Sick? Talk to me. What's
The irony
good?
is, man. Man, the irony is, man, I haven't been able to play a lot lately up until yesterday when I finally started playing a lot of games again. I've been messing with the FSR mods on a lot of PC games, and there's a mod for Serious Sam that gives it ray tracing. I saw a video from Digital Foundry, so I was playing that a lot, man. Just old school fun, mindless fun with a crazy draw distance and just shooting waves of monsters, and it's mindless fun. And I missed that game, man, because that game was a lot of fun. So it was good times playing that again, man. But I'm back into this video gaming again because I've been really busy with outside stuff in the house and stuff. So yeah, back at it.
Okay,
I
okay.
definitely feel resurrected.
Okay, well, good to have y'all back, man. Y'all know the super team. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all lit up in this building. I see y'all. Bloody. Let me see. I gotta scroll down, man, because y'all been Stone King X back from the dead, Caspier, Griff, Omar. I see y'all in the building, man.
Yobi,
Listen, Yobi, the legendary one, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get into these topics. We're gonna start off with the weakest topic of today, man. Let's talk about Sony picking up another studio called Fire Sprite. They will be joining them. They helped out with Wipeout. They helped out with some VR games. Now, I was on some recent podcasts, and we also discussed this. And what I said is, with buying a studio, right? They're buying things. Sony is buying things and companies that's close to them. Housemarque, Insomniac, not major blockbuster $1 billion deals, right? Each one of them, neither one of them even touched nowhere close to $1 billion. But the point is, seeing Sony pick up these smaller studios, how do you think that's going to help them? Because these relationships that they already have was already significant to their ecosystem. So, Akumu, tell me, do you think this small development team is a good pickup for them?
I mean, so I guess a way to look at it is like you're saying, they kind of already had that established relationship with them. But I understand the logic, even if they are small teams, about picking them up because it's just like the house what Marquee?
Housemarque.
Housemarque.
Housemark. Okay. So it's just like the Housemark, right? And we discussed it before. And while they were predominantly working with Sony and PlayStation, they did have a few games that they did throw out for Microsoft and everything. So I think Sony's model is okay, we have these studios that work closely with us already. We're gonna make sure that it stays that way. Right. So because as long as they're out there, it just because they have a good relationship with them doesn't mean that they're not going to be like, oh, hey, we're going to start making games for, Xbox. It doesn't mean that Xbox isn't going to all of a sudden swoop in and be like, hey, these games are pretty tight.
Right.
Join us,
Right.
So while they're not going as big as, Xbox is and everything, I think logically Sony's making the moves that they know and that are kind of like guaranteed for them because like you said, they have a relationship with them already. So the studios overall are going to, yeah, I mean, we already work with y'all the majority of the time, if not all the time. So, why not join officially? So I look at it kind of like, yeah, well, they're not big studios. They're still making moves in their own way. They're still building upon it. Not everybody can go out and just drop all this money on these huge studios.
No doubt.
So I think they're making the smart play on well, you know what? We're going to start with the ones that have a good rapport with us, that do a lot of work with us, because we're not going to have these stolen from us,
Right. I feel the
right?
same way. I
So
feel the same way, but
yeah,
like with playground games, that wasn't a huge um investment for Microsoft like the ZeniMax deal. So I think they're both
right.
doing that. But continue. I'm sorry.
No. But you're right. You're right. And I'm not saying that Microsoft is going out after only big companies. Don't misunderstand me.
Right.
I'm just focusing more on like Sony's moves, because you're right. Sony is, for the most part, they're picking up all these like kind of little studios. Um, but again, it's building blocks, right? It's like,
Facts.
you work with us, we know this. On top of that, also, it's like with this Fire Sprite, they've worked with them before on VR. They know
Right.
their hardware. So I think that, yeah, I think the move that Sony's doing is smart for the position that Sony's in right now, especially with Xbox making these big moves to start acquiring studios. Yeah, like I said, Sony doesn't want to lose the studios that they've worked for like years.
Facts.
And then acquiring Fire Sprite, I think is a pretty smart move, because honestly, they need the VR help. They
Oh
do.
yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And they definitely
They,
support it.
yeah, and the thing is it was this huge thing. Oh, hey, PlayStation VR, this and that. And don't get me wrong, it was amazing at first, because what was one of the first titles? Resident Evil 7.
Still the best VR
And
game out there.
exactly. So it was, like, oh
I don't
my
know
gosh,
about
and that
that.
had
Half-Life Alex is pretty fire.
but that's
Mm.
but Resident Evil 7 had a lot of people going out to buy the PlayStation
Yeah.
VR, right? That's kind of
It
what
made me
got
get it.
them to go out and buy it. Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
after
So
playing it.
Version not got the VR after the exclusivity was done. Yeah.
And it's the best looking PlayStation VR game still.
right. So
Visually.
that was one of like the big things. But then after that, it's like PlayStation just, their VR just kind of fell off. Like, they had some games here and there, but there was nothing hard hitting. There was nothing
Well, you
there.
know what? You know what? I'm
They
gonna
were
say something,
struggling.
sis. I'm gonna say something. VR ain't got a hitter yet. No
I
VR.
mean,
Resident Evil should have hit the Oculus and it should have hit the Vive too. But it's
Yeah.
only on PlayStation. That's not Sony's
right.
fault. That's really these developers' fault, not being intuitive and making games to pull people in. But continue. I'm sorry.
Right. No, and that's a fair point. I guess I'm just kind of comparing to, I guess, how many more games are out there that you can play on like the Oculus and things that you can't necessarily play on the PlayStation VR.
Right.
But you're right. You're right. It is more the companies, but I was focused more on the amount of games
Right.
than the actual developers themselves. So I should have clarified. You're absolutely correct on that point. But I think with them acquiring this VR studio, I'm hoping to kind of see a new burst of life into the PlayStation VR, more games and
Right.
everything wise. Because yeah, again, wasn't really focusing on, oh, hey, the developers aren't doing this, like the offerings game wise
Right.
is more what I was focused. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, let me shout my brother out. Mr. 100 has stepped in the building. Shout out to my boy, Mr. 100. You know what I'm saying?
108 Dragons
Intermediate
TV,
gaming,
welcome,
man. You know,
Mr.
love
100
is love.
Intermediate
Brother from
Gaming.
another mother, man. That's a fact. Now,
Facts.
Sick. We're gonna go to you on this
Yeah.
one. I'm gonna tell you something they worked on, which is another amazing title in itself that brought me to the VR besides Resident Evil 7. They did the Wipeout VR.
Yes.
And I don't know who played it. When I was on NLG, me and Mike was talking about that. I'm telling you, if you can get motion sickness or if you want to feel like you're on a roller coaster, play Wipeout VR in
That's the
VR.
one.
Listen.
That's the one.
Listen, they did some great work. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Mhm.
one of my favorite series. And yes, it doesn't have the visual quality of it, of the main game, but it still looks damn good.
It's
It gives
essentially an
you that
upgraded
feel,
ESP games or Vita game. So yeah,
right? It gives you that feel of VR. Talk to me. Do you think this is a good pickup for them to continue what they're trying to bring with PlayStation VR?
absolutely. It's all into what Akuma was talking about. This is a studio who has experience with VR. They've worked with Sony. They know their hardware. They know their software, APIs, all that stuff. And Sony's making another big push into VR with the PSVR 2, right? So they're going to need staffing like this. And this is a small but useful pickup to get. That's a smart pickup. If you don't have the money to fight Microsoft by, with acquisitions and stuff. So you have to make smarter acquisitions.
Facts.
Acquisitions that's going to fit what you have and, maximize the investment potential. And, that's exactly what they're doing because they did a great job of Wipeout. And a lot of them have a history as far back as the 90s and 80s with Psygnosis. Sony had bought Psygnosis.
Remember that?
Even before the first PS1 was even out. This is when they were first developing their in-house studios and stuff. They picked them up. Eventually, they shut them down or transferred them into Liverpool or whatever. It was a whole ongoing story, and some people in the chat, like Bloody and Shinso Elite, were talking about that.
Drop those facts.
And then
let's go.
Right,
Drop those facts.
They killed the studio or whatever. The studio shut down. They opened another one and went to Sony. It's been a cycle with those guys. So they know Sony. They've been in and out. Maybe sometimes some of the staff. They feel like they could do their own studio and they'll leave and start one or whatever. So, but they're very familiar with Sony. So, I like to mention the fact that Hip Hop Gamer, mentioned that it's his belief that he's heard the PS Home is coming back with the PSVR 2, and this is a studio that could definitely help out with that. I think that's very key.
That's a fact. And we're gonna get into the most electrifying YouTube game because he the only dude got. Look at that sparkle of that PK in his background. Do anybody be peeping my man's background? He got a sexy background. Let's go, baby Ice Cube. What it is, baby? Talk to me about this subject.
What's good?
Talk to me about this subject. You think Liverpool gonna help them? Because I think that's a great acquisition. I think it's a common sense acquisition. So tell me, what did you think about this when you read it?
I think for sure, like you can see what they're trying to do is position themselves with people who are familiar with particular how can I say I don't care if it's porting, I don't care if it's VR, you know what I mean? They looking for specific SMEs or some sort of experts because they're not. So they're lining themselves up to be able to be well-rounded, which is great. And then, only thing left is to see if they can get someone that can do an actual FPS online, and then they be in good shape. But, I think for sure it'll help them. What I would like to see also is not just, for the VR, what I also would like to see is for them to support their hardware going forward. So, you can't tell me that VR couldn't be supported because here it is. I got 2 Oculus 2 Quests, which is weaker than, the big boy, but they can play the same games for the most part. So
got that Quest 2. Let's get it.
So I would like to see them push forth the effort to support not just whatever the new PSVR looks like, but the old one too, because a lot of people spent the money on that. Right. It'd be great if you could continue to sell games that it can. I'm not saying all games, but some games. The other piece is if you do in-house stuff, let's get it on Steam. Let's get it on Epic. Let's do it.
Right.
Let's. If you're really serious about this VR stuff, then you need to push the effort because nobody else is going to do it.
Facts. All right, listen, man. Let me pull out the fraud police on myself, man. I have an Oculus Quest 2. I played it twice. You know what I'm saying? And I really need to do better. I always say, Graf, you gotta help me hook this thing up well I can do all the special stuff. Because one time he hit me, he said, yo, Lemon, I'm watching Dragon's Den in VR. Yep. I said, I'm in VR. I was bugging, but I think this is a great pickup. And yes, I do need to indulge in it. And the only thing really kind of held me back is a lot of games that I like to play, I have on my PlayStation VR. like the Vader Immortal. Shout out to my boy Mr. 100 Intermediate Gaming. He said to me, and I quote, at E3, he said, listen, Lemon, VR is trash. I will never play VR. I will never play VR. Never. So we at E3, me and Megatron, we stand on the line at the Oculus Quest 2 booth. And we stood there for about an hour. We saw all these people. People came up to us like we were celebrities. We ain't no absolutely nobody. We just gamers. So when we go inside, 100, like, I'm still not going to buy one. I'm telling you, this is not good. I ain't playing no damn VR. I said, all right, Mr. 100. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Bone, let's get it. He goes and he plays. We in 3 separate rooms because they put you in these virtual rooms. They already had the space mapped out. And he in the chat. He could tell you I ain't lying. He come out of there.
All the time. He doesn't fraud on himself
Yeah,
either.
look,
He admits it fully.
He comes out. Yo, Lennon, this was an experience.
Yeah.
The boy buys 2. He said, before I even got my question, he was on it. I said, yo, you ain't gonna play VR, buddy. He said, yo, Lemon, you was right. I said, I told you VR could be nice. I said, you know, he thought that, he bleed green. You know what I'm saying? So Xbox ain't got it. I don't want it. That
Exactly.
boy,
Right.
he bought the Oculus. He gave one to his son because his son was walking around the house while he was going live on his channel, bumping into the walls in his office. I'm like, what little 100 doing? He like this, look, daddy, boop, 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 banging it all into the walls. So I guess he had to upgrade and get 2. So that wouldn't happen. So he ended up buying 2 of them. Shout out to my brother, man. You know, peace and love and prayers go out to the fam. We're going to leave that alone. But had to say it live, you my brother. But yeah, man, this is a good pickup. It's definitely excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, we're going to get into the next topic, man. And chat, y'all are lit. Welcome, everybody. I'm trying to type, trying to do everything, man. Listen, I see y'all in the building. Thanks for the support. Without y'all, there is no us. That's definitely the truth. Now, we're going to get into this next topic, man. We're going to talk about something that's just listen, man. I know Microsoft got money. We know they dropping the bag all over the place. We know they're helping people develop. They're doing a million different things, right? But I am going to say this for the record. Let's just kill this real quick. And I want to get y'all opinions. Maybe I'm a little bit, I'm a businessman, and I think business only when it comes to purchases. When you buy in a company, you can't think with your feelings. You really got to think how it's going to work. Take-Two Interactive this week has been rumored to be talking to Xbox in terms of a purchase. Now, Take-Two owns who? 2K. 2K generates about $14 billion a year. This is a fact. They paid $1 billion for the NBA license for 5 years. The last 2K generated close to $14 billion. Now, that's just one game. People are out here saying Microsoft, they got off of the Sega bandwagon because Sega's not really Sega. Sega's owned by Sammy. That's the fact. Just can't buy Sega without talking to Sammy. That's a fact. Yo, Mr. PK, am I correct?
That's right.
Okay. People keep forgetting that, but people jump straight to Sega like they their own company, and they're not. So let's talk. We only drop the facts on One-Away Dragons. Now, with that being said, Take-Two Interactive owns big damn properties. Okay, they won't be a $7.5 billion pickup. They're in the range of a $20 billion company. Not counting for the individual games like 2K, which made $14 billion on their own. So now, please, people, Akuma, I'm gonna go to you and PK next. What did you think about this purchase or purchase rumors? And do you even think this would make sense for Microsoft to pick them up? Game Pass, hype train or not? Does this make sense? For even, because if they're kicking out that type of numbers, right? What would they really be on the table to be worth? Some people said $1 trillion. First of all, Apple and Microsoft just reached $1 trillion. So with that being said, sis, talk to me. Would this be a sensible purchase, or would this just be crazy? Or people just reaching just to say, just give a cannon fodder? Talk to me.
I think, honestly, I think it's it's a rumor, and I don't think it's true. To be fair, I don't think personally, I don't think Xbox is gonna mess with them. I mean, can't say nothing for the future, but I think like right now, I don't think they're really gonna mess with them. I don't, and to be honest, I don't think they're interested in being acquired by them either. I don't think they're interested in being acquired by anyone at this point. Like you said, like with the money that they're already making.
Right.
Um, with the rumors that came about, there was also like an article and it basically talked about how they themselves, Take Two, came out and was just like, yeah, hey, it's not financially like, for us, it's not really a financial thing for us because hey, we're doing just fine.
Facts. I mean, they don't need nobody money. Just like Rockstar.
Right. And that's basically what they came out with, kind of like a like their own statement. That was I think when like the rumors first started and they were like, you know what? They were saying right now, hey, we're not interested, financially, we're good. Financially it's not feasible for us to be acquired by anyone, right?
Mhm.
Um, they were, yeah, they, like I said, they seem totally uninterested in the whole thing, whether it was by Sony or Xbox
They don't need
itself.
Microsoft money.
So
Right,
just to put
exactly.
it out there, Take Two owns Rockstar,
Yeah, Take Two owns
Yeah.
Rockstar. Right.
Right. Right. So I think
and
and the
and they
thing
own Gearbox, and they own
right. Right.
right,
Right.
right.
um,
And the thing with that too,
This is where all
one of
that
the
money is rolling in from.
right, and the thing with that too is so long as they're that independent, they can play both sides. They don't have to, oh, okay, hey, we're here. They're able to kind of pick and choose. Oh, yeah, hey, we're gonna go with y'all for this. Oh, we're gonna go with y'all for this. Oh, we're gonna release it for everything. They kind of have that freedom on what they want to do. Because
Mm-hmm.
like you were saying, with all the other companies that they own also,
Facts.
it they're not limited.
They
And
are
I don't think
generating
and
superhero money.
right, and they don't want to be limited. So as far as that rumor goes, I honestly think it's just a rumor that's not going to happen. I think it just is born from the fact of Sony and Microsoft both looking and trying to acquire companies. So I think kind of that's where the rumor might have originated. Because I don't know where the rumor originated. I'm going to
I
be
know.
straight up.
I
I don't
think.
know
I think
where.
I know where it originated. Dudes on Twitter just start stuff
I mean, fair.
because there was
That's
no.
fair.
Yeah.
There is no basis for what people say. All right.
Right.
Y'all been Splinter Cell, Sega purchase, all this stuff.
Right.
All these predictions for E3, these showcases.
Right.
This is
Right.
not value. Sometimes, like I say, shout out to a couple of my boys. I always say, stop quoting people from Twitter that you don't know, that just make up stuff that just feel, oh, I want this
Right.
to happen. Listen, Godzilla is going to destroy New York next, and the next Godzilla versus Kong, part 2. Then people will see that and just
Right.
start talking about it. You like, what?
Right.
That's what's
Exactly.
wrong with Twitter.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I said, and you're probably right. But like I said, I didn't know where the rumors originated from. But my theory is just the whole,
No
uh,
basis. But go ahead,
yeah.
sis.
And like I said, my theory is the whole, especially with Sony acquiring the Fire Sprite. I think it's just like you said, like people talking like, oh, hey, so Microsoft's going to be acquiring Take Two. They're gonna be trying to go after that because
Take Two.
look at what they've already taken. They've taken Max, and they're doing this. Now Sony is acquiring studios. And honestly, I think that's just what it is. It's just like I feel like people really just kind of tossing up ideas on who's going to be next, what company's going to be next. But I think Take-Two, honestly, like I said, they don't need the money. They ain't worried about it.
Oh, they don't need no
And
money.
I think they're going to play the long game for as long as they can, and they're
Oh.
going to be making money from both sides.
Yeah, as they should. Everybody not supposed to be bought. Sorry.
Right, exactly.
Let me say this, man. Yo, Emmanuel, my brother, you always come here and support. But if you laughed at that VR video of him hitting his kid across the room playing that quest, boy, you going to hell straight like me. with flaming underwears lit with
Yeah, I guess
gasoline
we're right
because
behind
I
you.
was laughing too.
For a long
Damn.
time.
I was like, oh my God. Yo, that kid got knocked out. Yo, I don't know what game he was playing, but he definitely had to hit low. Man,
Those safety features are
Emmanuel,
important.
you are the worst, brother. Yo, listen,
Hey,
I'm
maybe
with you
maybe
though. I'm with you. My boy sent me the video on Instagram. I fell out my chair laughing. My dog was looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I was laughing. So whoever laughed at that video,
We're all going.
it's in the
We're all
building.
going to hell.
Yo, we all going to hell. Yo, listen, because that video was funny, but yeah, that might have sealed my fate. There's no going back. God is not forgiving me. But yeah, let's
A
move
lot of
on. Let's
penance.
move on. Sick. Talk to me about this rumor that I'm pretty sure the Twitter the special people, just coming out of left field, supporting their brand. Yeah, we're gonna buy Take Two next. Yeah. Well, go ahead, talk to me. What did you think when you
Well,
saw this?
well, I thought you
Oh,
said
wait a minute. Hold
PK was
on.
going next.
Manuel said he watched the video 10 times. You are going to get 10 times tortured in hell. I'm sorry. Those are the facts. Yo, that's crazy. He said I watched it 10 times. You're messy, but go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sid.
Yeah, at first I thought you said PK and Akumu were gonna go before me, but really I don't have a lot to
Oh,
add
my
because
bad.
Akumu
Alright.
really knocked it out of the park. They make so much money on their own, so many successful titles. They don't need nobody's money.
No, they don't
They
need no
make
money.
games on all platforms. You know, back in the PS2 era, Grand Theft Auto, you know, was time exclusive, whatever, on PlayStation or whatever. But now that doesn't happen. All their big titles are multi-platform, at least on
And
consoles, and then
generating
PC will get a little later.
millions and
Billions.
billions of dollars.
Millions and billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They really don't need Xbox or Sony
They don't need
or
nobody
Tencent,
money.
especially now
Right.
on the situation going on with Tencent that we're talking about behind the scenes. You know, China's cracking down on gaming in general. And yeah, I really don't have anything to add to that because what
Okay.
Kumu said was right on the
Right
point.
on
Like
point.
it don't make sense.
And Abba Caba or Abba Cab, I always call you ABCD, whatever. Always come and support. I appreciate you. Listen, what you just mentioned, Tencent ain't got Microsoft money either. But we gonna talk about a subject that PK brought up that's gonna show you why they're not going to be as dominant as they want to be. We gonna talk about that before we get into the showcase, and this is gonna twist your head off. Facts. But PK, hit this subject, man, because we ain't got this many subjects this week. But I want to get
Hey,
into
look.
the showcase and knock it out. But go ahead.
Let me just say this: like, they just acquired Gearbox recently. You guys don't know who that is. That's like the people who make Borderlands. They just dropped the Borderlands trailer, right? They have Rockstar, the company that generates stupid money for an old game called GTA. They could take 10 years to make another GTA and be just fine.
Facts.
Why? They're not in a good position to be bought.
No, they're not.
Let alone if they want to be. Only time that happens is when companies see it as a value for them as well as the buyer, and there is no value there. Plus, there's got to be a close relationship, and I'm not saying Microsoft don't have a relationship with Take Two, but then you got to think about it. If they're like 22 billion, they got to be able to make that back plus in 5 years. Is it really worth the value? Can they
No.
really convince the shareholders that it's worth the buy, or can they just buy something else cheaper? So I'll bring this up. Sammy Sega is a thing.
Facts.
Sammy bought Sega years ago
Talk
so
about
that
it.
they can bluster their pachinko.
Mm.
However, that market took a hit. So Sega's been doing some restructuring. And it appears that they may be separating their game division from the other division that does the casino side, which is the Sammy side.
Mm.
And then if that's true, even though they own them, they are setting them that is more prime to be bought. Not saying that's happening, but I'm just saying that's more prime. That's what a company looks like when they're about to get bought. Same thing happened to Time Warner when they split from Time Warner Cable. When they split from Time Warner Cable and they were just Warner Media, that put them up to a point where now they're primed to be bought.
Mm.
And what I'm saying is that I'm not saying that will happen, but if there was a big one, it has to make sense to both sides, and they got to have a good relationship. The reason why Bethesda worked is because they had a good relationship there, and it
From
was
the
a
beginning,
mutual
since
benefit.
PC.
And Sega has a good relationship with Microsoft since Xbox first came about.
Nope, before that.
Oh, okay. Well, before that, point is,
Dreamcast, Windows CE,
uh,
and helped them do their online chat and all
Peter
that.
Moore, the president, U.S.
right.
president of Sega, that used to be U.S. president of Sega, came work for Xbox, and was the guy steering the ship. The point I'm making is, it has to make sense. A big, massive acquirement. It's not like they can't do it; they definitely can. But it's kind of like when they bought GitHub or LinkedIn. Those are $50 billion acquisitions, right?
Yeah.
But it made sense. So they end up recouping that money in like less than a year on that investment. And that's kind of what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So for the company like Take-Two, who owns many developers and stuff like that generate billions without thinking twice, does it really make sense when I'm already a millionaire to sell myself off?
Facts.
Well, how about I just keep fattening this turkey and then make it so big and make the price so high that when they
Games are
do try to reach
$90 a
for it,
pop.
you know what I mean? Make it 90 billion instead of 22 billion, and then we'll talk.
Right.
Put it this way, it would make more sense for Microsoft to buy Roblox.
Yeah.
I know you guys are tripping on me about that.
No, never.
We've talked about that.
We talked
I'm
about
saying,
that. Hell no, you're 100% right. I'd rather buy that
think
IP.
about this, guys. Everyone in the chat, I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm gonna blow your mind, but there is no Roblox on PlayStation.
And what's the money they generate, PK? Let's drop these facts.
Yes, they generate so much money that this is the first video game company ever to come out and be valued at 50 billion once they went public. 50 billion. You know, Sony that's more than half of what Sony as a company makes or is valued. Sony is valued, I think the last time I looked was 70 to 90 billion. Think about that. Just one game, 50 billion.
Talk about it.
It would make more sense for Microsoft to try and acquire them.
Uh-oh. We lost PK.
Oh, boy.
Right in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There he is.
Oh, wait. In the middle of his rant, he is back. Superman is back in the building. Super light skin is back.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
The volume down now.
He pulled off his shirt. Let's go.
The S curl and everything.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you here. You good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you had a flash of greatness.
Hey, look. Everything's cool. But yes, for me, Roblox has nothing else. They're trying to build into something.
Facts.
So it just wouldn't make sense.
You telling me you want Microsoft to pull off another Minecraft, huh?
I ain't saying that.
That would be a Minecraft move. Because you know what I said last night? On Fun Speculation? Everybody was like, oh, we should say what Microsoft should do for a sequel to be only on Microsoft. That would be crazy. You know what I said? Minecraft 2.
Facts.
You make a Minecraft 2 exclusive to Xbox platforms. They was like, but Minecraft, it does many things. I said, so do something it doesn't do and put it in the second version. Every game does something,
Dungeons.
But the sequels always do more. Minecraft Dungeons.
Minecraft Dungeons.
Right. Do it on a different level. And have everybody slobbering over themselves like, oh my God, I gotta have it. I've got to
And kids
have
will, for
that.
sure. They'll be bothering their parents for that.
Minecraft 2 will take the world by storm.
Wait a minute. They're not even going to ask their parents. Game Pass. Well, I keep forgetting,
No, right. But I'm just saying, just in general, for those that don't got Game Pass, that do whatever.
Yep.
Listen, Minecraft 2 would definitely be a detrimental title. Microsoft say only on the Xbox platform and with Game Pass is on. And then what? Please, chat, talk to me. And let me say something to you, Vodka. Shout out to my man Vodka. Always, I always mess with the chat. But let me say this for the record. Emmanuel said what up to you. See, you wasn't here. He's laughing at little kids get punched in the face by VR. Be careful of the company you keep. Because things is different out here. Things are different out here. Be careful. We both going straight to hell. Vodka, I do not want to bring you with us. You, my God. I'm trying to save your soul. Watch out for Emmanuel. He's definitely a little bit of lemon. Let's go.
Oh man.
But PK, you was done?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just,
All right. We got two more subjects
it's-
before we get into. Well, we really got three because we got a surprise subject that PK brought up that we're gonna harp on. But go ahead. I'm sorry, PK. Finish. I'm sorry.
No, we good. No, go ahead, bro.
So I want to get into these two subjects before PK's subject. Sick don't want to drop his subject. He said I pissed him off. So I'll keep it real. I keep it organic here. Sorry, Sick. My bad. You my brother. I love you. But still, we're gonna keep it factual here. Listen, we're gonna talk about listen. Is Xbox getting Spider-Man 2? Can anybody in this panel please or in the chat? Are we as Xbox fans, even if you have a PlayStation and you multitask, please tell me, are we getting Spider-Man 2? I need the question answered in the chat, and I need my 3 panel members just to give me a yes or no. Akumu, are we getting Spider-Man 2?
I'm gonna say no because Sony to be greedy with their Spider-Man, but I wish it wasn't so.
Okay, Sick. Are we getting
I'm
Spider-Man?
going to give you a surprise answer. Yes. In 2029 on the PC. Because it ain't coming to Xbox.
PK, talk to me. Are we getting Spider-Man 2 on Game Pass?
I'm gonna answer this in multi fashion.
Uh-oh.
Yes, if it's Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
And yes, if it's developed by a different company.
Well, that's not
Unless-
happening.
Okay.
Unless they pull an MLB.
No, they can't pull an
I don't think
MLB.
Disney's not gonna do
They
that.
own the license. It's not an
Wait,
MLB situation.
Wait, they only own the license to the movie. They don't own the license to
Oh, that's
Spider-Man.
right. Yeah,
I confirmed
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
They don't not own the license to
Right, so they couldn't
Spider-Man.
do it.
That's why we're able to play all the other games with Spider-Man in it. The thing is,
I thought
however,
they did,
they are
honestly.
leveraging their relationships with Disney, or maybe strong arming them because they have the movie license to allow them to develop an exclusive Spider-Man game.
Okay.
That doesn't mean no other publisher can't pick it up. That doesn't mean, there's lots of Marvel movies dropped. What was the Rising Sun or something? Spider-Man could be in that. That's multiplat, right? Spider-Man was in Marvel Alliance 3 only on Switch. They don't own Spider-Man.
That was a waste, by the way.
All I'm saying is, if somebody else develop a game with Spider-Man, then yeah.
Okay.
But not the one that...
Not Insomniac, right? I said
Not
Spider-Man 2.
Insomniac. That would not happen.
You see, this is why you are difficult. You're IT dude. If I say, cut the light on, he said, well, this is how the light works. When you hit the switch, and you want to talk about how it goes up, and it comes from Con Ed, and then your light comes on, and
I just want people to know, because I don't want nobody be thinking they own Spider-Man like that's just what it is. They own that game.
To be fair, PK did have a good point. I'm still with my no squad because really Insomniac does a lot of the main Spider-Man games, but
I'm saying
that
because Sony
only did 2.
Sony owns
Activision for 10 years.
Sony owns Insomniac. We're not gonna get out here and fool the people. They own Insomniac. Right. Insomniac and its exclusive company. They're making an exclusive game, which is gonna go into our next segue.
Okay.
Who owns Bethesda?
Oh,
That's a straight question. Why y'all
That's
stuck?
why I can.
Oh, Xbox,
ZeniMax
Microsoft.
owns
No,
Bethesda.
ZeniMax don't own nothing. They
That's
used
what
to
I said,
own.
the
Microsoft
Xbox.
owns ZeniMax and everything else with it, right?
But I thought it was going to be on all platforms.
Who said that? That's the whole point of this
Oh,
conversation.
I thought
You
that's
see,
what they were saying.
PK out here clowning, man. PK out here throwing BS in the game. Listen, people, let's stop it. Rumor has it, well, not rumor, they are making Elder Scrolls 6. So the PlayStation community is out here saying, we're going to get that. We're not getting Spider-Man 2. We're not getting Wolverine. You're not getting Starfield. And you damn sure ain't getting Elder Scrolls 6. Stop. We need to just stop this
Or
in the
any
tracks.
Doom or Quake or whatever.
Stop buffooning the public. The next Doom, you're not getting. The next Psychonauts 3, you're not getting. You're not getting Quake. You're not getting Prey. Listen, you're not getting Wolfenstein either. Stop.
Well,
Let's
they
just.
can if they have Game Pass, right?
PlayStation ain't got Game Pass. No. Nobody's on the Game Pass hype train but the PC and where Xbox consoles are sold, made, and distributed. So we're not going to get out here. We're not going to fraud the public. And I want it to stop. Aaron Greenberg once again had to come out and say, why do y'all keep making this up? Todd Howard came out again last week, Monday, and said, this game will be exclusive to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass. If you do not have those platforms, you cannot play. Do you know why? Because Microsoft is paying for those 401ks, those dental plans, and them goddamn medical bills. Let's get it. So we have to stop buffooning. You don't hear Xbox people saying, oh, Spider-Man 2, we might get it. Yeah, we might get it. We're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. No, let's not get out here and fraud the public. We know when somebody buys a company, because you can't get Eternal on Xbox. Why not? Because PlayStation bought Housemarque. Now they own all their properties. Let's just be real. Stop. You out here on Twitter making yourself look like a fool. Sid, please add to this. Please add to this.
All I can do is, it's like the stages of death, acceptance, and all those things. Like, y'all still stuck on this? Y'all still stuck on this? It's been said clearly now. It's reeks of desperation now. Okay?
Facts.
Because when you get your exclusives like you did on your show the other day, no one asked, why is it coming to Xbox? We already know this.
Right.
This isn't a debate. Okay? All those exclusives you have that you love to tout all the time, you know that, but now you're begging for this one. Like, it's supposed to come. Starfield. Like, stop it. It's been made abundantly clear so many times. I just want to move on from this. We've talked on this already. It's been done. Next subject, please.
PK, please elaborate.
Let's see. Let me think of a good one. So Time Warner Cable was bought.
Yeah.
And now they're what do they call now? What is Time Warner called?
Spectrum.
Spectrum. There you go.
Yes.
Is that what they're really? Oh,
Yeah, Spectrum.
Yeah, they call Spectrum.
But we know where they came from. So now that they own them, whoever owns them now owns all their fiber lines.
Mm.
So that means somebody got to pay a toll if they're going to use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just business as usual?
No, I mean, they took over the accounts. Everybody who had a Time Warner now has a Spectrum account. Facts.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that means that everything is exclusive to whatever that company is.
That's a fact.
You can't just go to AT&T say I want Spectrum Internet. That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
So it's the same idea. I'm trying to keep it high level because some people seem to have ambiguity when someone says exclusive.
Say that word
and they
again.
don't seem to understand.
Ember what?
ambiguity.
Let's go. Big words. Let's go.
So let me just ask a question. So
Vague on purpose.
So GM sold off 3/4 of half of their brands to rebrand themselves, right?
Right.
So they don't own those brands no more, so they can't tell Hummer what to do,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
A
right.
fact.
That's the same idea. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't own them, you can't profit, you can't share, you can't.
My
You
boy
just
out here
can't.
preaching. Let's go. My boy out here
So
preaching. Let's go.
at the end of the day, you can play Elder Scrolls 6
But
when
where?
you either subscribe to Game Pass or get you an
Mm.
Xbox, and you can play it all you want.
Get on that train, baby. Choo choo.
Then we're good. See, the thing is, the good side is there is nothing wrong with having more than one system. There is no rule saying you can't buy an Xbox.
That's right.
And to be honest with you, all of us that do own multiple platforms, we only buy them for those games anyway.
The exclusive
Yep.
games, right?
So
Mm.
keep that in mind.
Mm.
Don't tell me you can't buy an Xbox if you can buy your new $1,000 phone every year. Don't tell me you can't. You just don't want to because it don't have games you want to play when you're sitting there crying about this and that and all
Mhm.
these Bethesda. Because at first I thought the attitude was, well, it doesn't matter. I don't play those games anyway. At least that's what I thought I heard. And now it's a problem.
There's some excuse that they make up that, oh, they don't need it or want it because XYZ up until they need it and want it.
Listen,
make
I'm gonna be
excuses
honest
for it.
with you. I'm more of a JRPG fan than a Western RPG fan. However, so I'm cool either way. However, I understand the importance of Bethesda and their. It's kind of like I'm not a big fan of GTA, but I understand the impact. I understand this is a big deal, and a lot of people would be upset if Rockstar was only under the Microsoft brand because we would know a lot of people would be upset because we know 2/3 of the population would not be no 2/4 of them would not be able to play this unless they had PC or an Xbox or a Game Pass. So with that being said, that's the thing. You guys there?
Yeah, we listening to
Yeah,
you.
we're
You
here.
talking.
Oh,
What you want us to
oh,
interrupt
okay.
you?
We still
No,
here.
no. I thought you was frozen on my screen, homie. That's the only
No,
reason
I'm
I
moving. I'm moving.
okay,
I'm,
okay.
I'm texting people on Twitter. I'm doing 100 things over here.
So
Producing.
at the end of the day, Elder Scrolls 6 for the final time will be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem, wherever Game Pass is. So you either buy you an Xbox or subscribe to Game Pass if you want to play Elder Scrolls. And don't
That's
shock
simple.
and act pretend that you're not a fan.
Mm.
Because the same people who was mad they couldn't play Fortnite the past year, okay, because it wasn't on Apple or iPhones. It was exclusive to Android for the time being, right? It
Mm-hmm.
was unforeseen if it was coming back to Apple's platform.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. If you wanted to play Fortnite on mobile, guess what you had to do?
Get Android.
I mean, that's a non-issue right now, but the point I'm making is we
At the
didn't know
time.
that.
At the time, right.
We didn't know that.
Right.
So, in the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do if you want to experience whatever that is. I mean, who? But nobody says you can't have more than one.
Right.
Nobody says
Right.
you can't have both.
You know, only
You can.
person that say you can't have both is your wallet.
Right. and if
That's
it's
a
telling
fact.
you that, then you ain't telling your money what to do.
Right.
Okay. You need to be in charge of that and not it be in charge of you. So get yourself together, get some help or something.
Get your
but
ass to work and earn some if you don't
Well,
have
it's
it.
not even work, it's just budget. That's at the end of the day, is budget. If you want it, you'll go get it. But I'm sure you can't get it because a lot of us spend money on dumb stuff. So I'm sure you
and
can
we
get
got
it.
responsibilities, bills, car notes, insurance. there's bigger life than video games, but you know that's what hinders
Work hard for
people
what
from
you
that,
want and
right?
need.
Yeah. Listen,
That's
man, you
hard.
want to work hard, you got to play
That's
hard,
hard.
brother. I mean,
Yep.
you know, get that second job. Sell gummy bears on the corner. Do something. I don't know what to tell you. Sick. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let's just
I
nip
get
this
it
in the
right.
bud. Oh yeah, you went. So it's done. All I'm gonna say is, listen, man. This conversation was not about to show nobody up or disrespect nobody, right? It's the point as let's just face reality, right? When these companies go out here and spend their money to buy somebody exclusively, it's so they can have that content exclusively. Let's stop throwing each other. Let's stop harping on other people's happiness. Let's just get into gaming, do what you need to do. If you don't like a platform, then don't buy it. But stop getting out here with your Twitter fingers, because when you tweet stupid stuff out, it just shows your intelligence. I keep preaching that. Nobody believes you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the toxic crowd. Shout out to AKA the king of the situation, the block button. Because I will block you immediately. And as I see other people are getting on that block button wave, I done started a wave, block button. Get your ass out of here. We do not want to hear it. We're going to move into the second to last topic before we get into this whole China debacle that my brother brought up. Before we get into the showcase, we're going to finish with that showcase. We're going to talk about how positive it was, and I'm going to crap on a couple individuals, not by name, but by quotes. So we're going to get into the Steam Deck might not support all games at launch. Now, for me, this is not a big deal because it's a new platform. It's a new handheld situation. It's also a custom Steam build running off Linux for this device. And it's supposed to take advantage of all the things that the device could bring. But last week or this week, it came out and they said all games might not be supported at launch, but all games are being worked on, forward thinking, for this device and working on their back catalog. So with my two IT dudes, I'm going to let Sid go first because he was the first person to get his hands on. I don't know about PK, so I can't say first. But first person I know to say, listen, I'm in that December launch. Talk to me. What did you think when you read this?
It's like the Steam Deck seemed to ruffle a lot of feathers, Some people from the Nintendo crowd, some people from the Xbox crowd, some people from the PlayStation crowd. It pissed off a couple of people in certain segments, right? Mm-hmm. And so they tried to use this news to spin negativity. Let's rewind the clock a little bit and think about, about a year or more ago, and Microsoft made it clear that, they're going to support the previous generation for about a year or two with their titles, right? Mm-hmm. They got a lot of crap for that. Up until Sony made the same announcement, but theirs is even longer. What, 3 or 4 years? Right?
But they lied at first. They lied.
And they lied at first.
Okay.
And well, they didn't say anything about it at all. Sony didn't, but these fanboys always out here talking. So now you got the Steam Deck. They never claimed that every game was going to work day one. They've been transparent like Microsoft was with the Xbox. Very transparent. Mm-hmm. But this word comes out, and now these same people trying to take that ball and run with it and spread all types of lies and misinformation. Listen, this thing is a PC, okay? Been telling you that
first and foremost.
First and foremost.
It's not competition with the Switch. It's not.
Nope.
It's a PC. Go ahead, Sick.
Form factor and all these things. Don't let that confuse you that this is still a PC. It doesn't come with Windows. It comes with Steam OS. Windows you can get for $10. All right? Get a key, install Windows on it, and then everything will run if that's really what you need. If that's really that serious to you. If you're really sitting here complaining about that like it matters to you, and you're a PC dude who should already know this. Everybody else is talking about that to talk about it because they already don't like what the Steam Deck is because it ruffles their feathers for whatever clown reason it is. Get about your feelings. This is about facts. And the facts are this is a PC. If you think a PC can't run PC games, you want me to show you a PlayStation that can't run PlayStation games? I can't do that. I can't show you an Xbox that can't run Xbox games.
That's a
right?
preach.
Or a Nintendo Switch
Preach, my
that can't
brother.
run Switch games, because that's what they do. What is wrong with you people? Stop spreading abject lies. You already know what's going on. If you're lying like this, that means you have to know the facts to lie like that, because you're leaving out a lot of the details, and exposes you to other people who knows the truth too. That like, no, you got to be lying because you're skipping out on this detail and that detail to lie about it. You know that this has to be this, all the prerequisites. You know that already, and you're lying because you're leaving those things out.
Facts.
We already see you. So yeah, once again, the Steam Deck has a couple of people out there all concerned and scared of, or whatever you want to call it. I'm being real nice right now, right? Because I could say some things I'm not. But there's a lot of people who's caught in, right. There's a lot of people caught in their feelings. You need to use this a lot more. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, Mr. IT Junior over here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So
we got.
I'm gonna just say this.
What?
The Steam Deck has what architecture in it?
AMD.
Well, not
Zen.
well. That's the maker.
Zen.
It has
Zen 2 and
RDNA, RDNA 2,
2.0. Right.
which is what's
Full
in our consoles.
RDNA 2.0.
Which is what is in our consoles. So it should be able to pretty much do anything our consoles do.
Ray tracing at 720p 30.
So at the end of the day, will all they work? I mean, let's be honest. There's going to be some compatibility things, some driver updates, some things to be understood, because you're bringing a PC, which is now a console. It's a PC, but it's a console. Let's be honest, it's a closed box, and there will be some compatibility issues because it would need drivers.
Isn't there always? You step up to Windows 11, is it not driver issues?
Well, let's not even talk about Windows 11. We're just talking about hardware. There's always compatibility because you're bringing in new hardware to use on old software. So for those who play on PC, this is nothing new, because this, and that's why a lot of people are hesitant to update to Windows 11 right away, because we don't know if the drivers are going to work out of the box without crashing your stuff. Some of us have devs and played some things, but everything is not made to work yet. It's not supported. And if it's not supported, you're talking about millions of Steam games over the years that may or may not have the drivers to work on this particular chipset and hardware. We don't know.
Right.
They got to get that down. That's to be understood, right? Even let's just talk about it. Was fully backwards compatibility when Xbox One dropped?
No, they kept improving it.
Why? Can somebody tell me? You ain't got to be a tech person. Why?
Because everything doesn't work. It's hardware and software. They gotta update it, right?
You got a new hardware trying to run older software or software that was not designed for this hardware. When they make these systems, they design it for the specs of what they know, not what they don't know. So they have to make adjustments. Not saying it can't work, just saying everything is just not built that way. So come on, man. Let's just
stop beating the dead
horse. The people that's talking about it is the people who don't even play PC games.
Right. It's people that don't know what they're talking about. But this came out from Steam themselves, right? They said everything is not going to be 100% compatible, but we're working on it. And everything will eventually work, and moving forward, everything is built for their future-proofing.
Isn't that the same thing?
Is to be played on that device too.
Isn't that the same language that Microsoft used when it came to backwards compatibility?
Yes.
All right. So why are we talking about this? This doesn't make sense. I'm not saying why we talking about it.
I know. You're just saying like the community is like going crazy all of a sudden. Like they've never
it's
dealt
not
with
even
this before.
it's not even a community that supports it.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Select people. Yeah, select people.
It's sideline people. Most of them probably console dudes. Don't even understand the PC realm. But let's get into Kuma before we get into your topic, because I wanna get through this, and we at the hour and a half mark, almost hour 24 minutes. So Akumu, talk to me. Did this even sway you from it? Are you interested in this advice? What did you think when you read this?
I mean, y'all pretty much covered it. Honestly, it doesn't dissuade me from getting it. Like I said, eventually, it doesn't dissuade me from getting it because, um, sorry, but it doesn't
No, I'm
dissuade
sorry.
me
I was
from.
fucking.
It doesn't dissuade me from getting it, but I expect it to
Right.
be honest, because I was talking earlier, and we were going back and forth about the Steam Deck, and that's what I was saying. Like y'all were saying, this is something new. This is something they're building pretty much from the ground up. I'm gonna expect there to be games that aren't capable of running it straight out from the gate. I mean, it's for me, it's just a fact of life. A lot of things are never, most things are never perfect from the get go. I don't care what it is. So the fact that they're like, oh yeah, hey, it's coming out, it's launching, but you're not going to play every game on it. You're not going to be able to play your full library on it. I'm just like, yeah, okay, I expected that much already.
Right.
So it doesn't dissuade me from getting it. I'm not discouraged. It doesn't make me upset or anything. I'm just like, all right, cool. The fact that they're like, yeah, we're still going to, we're going to be working on it as time passes and we're going to be working our best to get this on there. All right, cool. As long as you're working on it, you're not like, oh, hey, it's launching with these games. Yeah, the fact that they're like, no, we're going to continue to be able to put more games on there for y'all to play. It's just like, all right, cool, I'm good.
Facts. Okay. Now listen, before we get into this PS5 showcase, we got a subject that P-Key. I call it P-Key, like P-Key Duck. PK came read. Tell them about this topic you wanted to bring up, man. And I want to tell y'all this topic shows you. I think it was Emmanuel earlier talking about 10 cent. Somebody said something about 10 cent. But let me tell you something. When you in a country that's communist, as good of a business you might be, as much money you might make, the government can step in and crush your hopes, feelings, and dreams. So with this being said, PK found a topic that I want people to listen to and show you that most of the world that game, we really don't deal with this, but in certain regions, they're not as beneficial to the gaming community in terms of games being banned, money being made, deals being made. So PK, take it over, man. Talk about this topic you want to bring up, and the rest of us just gonna follow your lead, and we're gonna chime in after.
Got you. So, a lot of people may not know, but in China, they've been cracking down on kids playing games. Primarily, younger kids because they're playing a lot of mobile games, right? That get them to spend money and they spend a lot of time. They look at it as an addiction because not just enjoying the time playing games, but getting hooked into spending money in these transactions. So they went to the point where they said, well, we're going to limit it to 3 hours on a Saturday and 1 hour a day or something like that, and it's a specific time. Now they're getting to the point where Tuesday they came out and basically said that anybody 12 and under won't be able to play any games, and thinking about banning games altogether for anyone 12 and under and possibly 18 and under, and possibly banning companies from making money from video game investments. Tencent took a $60 billion loss on Tuesday because they had to give up investments in China for their gaming divisions. This is huge because, yes, right now, this is horrible for those in China, the young gamers, because they're now being restricted to only being able to enjoy their hobby to specific times. I know a lot of people like, well, that's responsible. Maybe, but at the same time, what does that even mean? You're just a shotgun approach is never the right approach because every situation is different.
Facts.
At the end of the day, this also could affect us because Tencent has a lot of investments and a lot of Western markets. I mean, hell, Pokemon Unite is being made by Tencent. So what will happen if that goes under? That's a huge win for the Pokemon company. That's a moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
They announced last week that they're about to do an esports for that. And now this happens. That is detrimental to their partnership. And I know that sounds whack to you and everything, but get this. Tencent owns a lot of Epic.
That's a fact. Drop that knowledge,
They
baby.
they
Drop that
also own
knowledge.
some of Bungie. They also owns you guys would not believe that how much money they have invested into this market. I'm saying all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
They own developers, but they also invested in other publishers,
Okay.
chip making companies,
Mm-hmm.
hardware making companies. You guys, I don't know if you guys see that, but that's huge. And yes, it can impact us.
Now let me say something. First of all, they're a communist country, right? They do a lot of things that, we have our own problems, but we also don't have these problems. We're not gonna get into what they really do to their people because this is not a political channel. But god damn, when you start telling people when and they cannot play games, and as a parent, you say my child can play at 12 o'clock, and you say no, it ended at 10. Dictatorships, communism, that's a different ball game. We are
Right.
all gamers, right? We're all parents. Imagine somebody telling you to tell your kid when to play. Let's just look at the small demographic. I'm paying this goddamn cell phone bill. I paid for that game, and 95% of the time when that kid is spending that money, that child, it's my money. How you gonna tell me when to play and when not to play? You know what I'm saying? And how do they determine a child's age? If you take your phone and you playing at a game at a time, it's your parents' phone, you trying to tell me they still gonna say like, oh no, you can't play at this time. Listen, man, I don't know about the rest of y'all. Sometimes you got to take a step back. You got to breathe a little bit and just say, you know what? We don't have it as bad as we think we got it. Games like Grand Theft Auto, games with some certain nudity in certain games, are being banned in regions, and you like they banned Winnie the Pooh. It's banned in China because of a meme. Ain't that what you said, PK?
Right.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh? Oh, let me guess. He's a little bit too slow. So they don't want to teach the kids a slow bear. Everything's about pandas for them. Like, come on.
They banned Mortal Kombat in Australia.
Yeah.
Listen, man, they banned Grand Theft Auto in Australia too.
Yeah, Australia is known to do a lot of that.
So we live in a region where that's where the ESRB comes in, right? And parenting ratings, mature. You go to GameStop. How old are you? I need ID to buy this game.
Yep.
They got 13 and older games. They got games that everybody can play. It says E for everyone. Listen, man, this is a great subject. I was happy PK brought up. I didn't know much about it till he read it to us before the show started, and this is definitely something that we have to talk about. So, Akumu, talk to me. What do you feel about the situation?
Yeah, I mean, like PK, I had read up a little bit about it earlier this week. And yeah, I just like I said, because we're not used to something like that. So when I was looking at it, my mind was just like, wow, this is crazy. Because we're not used to that. We don't have that type of restrictions, right? And to like bounce off like PK, yeah. So what it is they have 3 hours for the weekend. It's 8 to 9, 1 hour on Friday, 1 hour Saturday, 1 hour Sunday, and then any public holidays they're also play for. And that's for, like you're saying, they banned from like the 12 and under, but this is for anybody 18 and under.
Right.
So something else that I was reading to kind of just bounce off the fact of how this is just affecting everything. They have like their own esports organizations over there as well. That travel and compete, come back, bring money back, and everything like that. So this is also something that can affect that as well, because there's people that were able to, talk about it, that got interviews out, and they're talking about the fact of, okay, hey, so now we're at 18 trying to compete in an esports scene with people who have been gaming since, we'll just say 12, right? Since 12, focusing and doing hours a day right? So that's going to even affect that whole aspect of it as well.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, what gamers, what age do you think Smash players are?
All ages. There's no age in Smash.
No,
But
but
the
the
majority.
typical. But
I
what I'm
don't. I don't
saying
know.
is,
I
where
don't know.
they start young. They
Right.
start
No. Yeah.
They start young. Matter of fact, Sonic Fox won his first Evo at 15. They start
Mm-hmm.
young, bro. So for that does impact those teams. That Overwatch has a lot of young Chinese and Korean players, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh,
On their
absolutely.
esports team. And I'm getting at is Kumu Porter. She pointed out a good point. That is huge because they do have those huge esports groups. And then what happens? What happens to to the people who own those teams or the people who sponsor them? What happens?
Exactly. And that's what I said. And that's what I said. It affects, all across. Not like y'all were stating about how Tencent does have holdings and multiple things. I mean, same thing with the esports. The esports is huge over there. Like it really is huge. And yeah, and like you were saying, like the sponsorships and everything like that, it's gonna be a lot harder because they're coming in at 18 and they're trying their best. But yeah, these people have been playing for years when they're younger already. And then you're gonna see even sponsorships dropping off because they'd be like, well, hey, this is worth spending.
Facts. All right.
So yeah.
So before we get into my man sick on his thoughts, man, because I think this is disgusting. So I'm just gonna leave my word out of it because I think it should be a free world. People do what they want to do. We're gonna get into these cash apps from King Yobi. And you know what, Yobi, man, I'm gonna start calling you Bank of America because you absolutely amazing, dude.
The Bank of Yobi.
Bank of Yobi. That's a good one. Bank of Yobi. $5 genuine donation for your family, and I don't use that word lightly. Love. That is greatly appreciated. Then he hit us with another one. He said, another $5 for thank you for being you, authentic as always, brother. Man, that's the only way I know how to be. But we always talk personally. You are my guy, and I definitely appreciate you and the support you bring, man. And I support everybody here, man. Everybody that supports this channel, from my content creators to subscribers to new people. Listen, we come out here, we try to give you this fresh and organic content. We try to give you that fantastic energy that we bring at the Dragon's Den, baby. You already know how we do it here, man. Gaming is life and life is love. That's the facts. With that being said, sick, let's get into this final view of what you think so we can get into this PlayStation 5 showcase and get the hell out of here. Talk to me.
I hear you. But first, just before that, I really want to say thanks again to Yobi, man. I refer to him as legend with capital letters for a reason. And there you go.
Facts.
There you go. But yeah, into the subject at hand, China, yeah, they're a communist country, but let's call it what it really is now. It's a dictatorship. Just like Russia, which is also supposed to be a communist country, but actually not really anymore, right? But that's politics 101. We'll leave that out of there, right? This is a dictatorship. Okay, the Winnie the Pooh thing was really because the leader out there, somebody made a meme or something like that, or that he has a passing resemblance. He's kind of short, a little, So
he said it was him. I remember that. That hit the news.
Right. So he must have got mad at that, and so Winnie the Pooh done. Okay. We saw what happened with the new Fast and the Furious movie with John Cena when he mentioned that, and the dude who knows how to speak Chinese and he did a apology. It was already done. The people didn't watch the movie out there in China because they're already programmed with all the propaganda out there. But in terms of the situation at hand, the subject at hand, Tencent and NetEase are losing a lot of money now. They lost a lot of money, like PK said. But NetEase was the one who got the money for Bungie to get out of the umbrella of Activision.
Facts.
Okay, that was NetEase. Okay, and Tencent, we know that Tencent invests in a lot of things, and a lot of people have been having a lot of concern about that. That's the one good thing about this is maybe we can get these corporations out of the gaming situation because what they're doing and the country that supports them, which is ironic that a large part of Tencent is owned by China. Like, they're doing China's work for them, but it's like cutting your nose to spite your face. Like, you're concerned about something else or whatever happened. It's my theory that somebody in the leadership in China is all of a sudden upset with video game for whatever reason, right?
Doesn't matter.
This person, or maybe it's the leader, maybe it's the head.
Don't even matter.
Right? It don't even matter. But somebody got upset, more than likely, and all of a sudden now they're doing this. Because this came out of nowhere. This, although this has been progressing for a while now, this change, this shift in focus, right, against gaming, despite all the profit it's making, for the country in and of itself, it just shows you that something changed, and all of a sudden they're doing this. But you know what?
Okay,
I'm starting to think maybe this is a good thing. I'm starting to think this is a little bit of a good thing because the influence of Tencent I always felt was negative. So I like.
It's not
this
just Tencent though. I mean,
NetEase. There's a lot of Chinese corporations.
It affects everything though, bro.
Yeah,
and
it really does.
We could be feeling the aftermath at some point.
Okay, but look, all right. So we're gonna move into the showcase. We're gonna cheer back up because that was depressing. But it had to be spoke about. Great subject, PK. Claps out to you, baby. Hands, rounds of applause to my man PK for bringing that subject up. I thought it was something awesome to address and to show how much that we are really not in a bad situation. As much as we whine about games not being completed and this, that, and the third, and modes. And listen, there's worse situations out there. Absolutely. Way worse. Thank you, PK. Shout out to you for that. Now we're going to get into this PS5 showcase. And before I get into anything, I want y'all standouts. We're going to knock this out the park. I want y'all standouts. Listen, I'm going to say this. I went to Twitter and I listened to a lot of people. I listened to certain people give it a 6 who PlayStation fans. I seen PlayStation fans complain about what was displayed. I see PlayStation fans, and I'm talking about mostly negative. Yeah, positive ones, but I'm talking about the negative overwhelmed the positive. First of all, I don't know what the hell y'all expect from a video game showcase. They had one dude talking in the beginning and hit you with games. They hit you with games that you didn't expect. Knights of the Old Republic, y'all never had that. New Wolverine game, new Spider-Man game, Blood Hunt. They showed you Alan Wake gameplay. They showed you God of War Ragnarok gameplay. Listen, Gran Turismo gameplay, menus, customization. I don't understand as a community. What did you want Sony to show you? Kratos nuts wrapped in gold? I don't understand the complaints. What did they do so wrong for you to complain? People said, oh, God of War looks like the last God of War. It wasn't broken. So you trying to tell me it needs all new graphics? Because what you saw streamed in 1080p, did you go back and watch the 4K video?
Is that what they really said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The dude had on a mink coat with a little bit of flurries on it. I thought that was gangster. First of all, when you watch a stream, you cannot stream in 4K, people. Nobody can stream because YouTube don't allow it. When you see a 4K video, you have to upload it in 4K, and it takes about 2.5 to 3 hours for it to transcode before it releases to the public if you don't launch it from day one, from the first point of entry of export. I don't understand this community. I don't understand this community. Listen, I have a PS5. I didn't buy a PS5 to crap on PlayStation. I'm a multi-console gamer. Xbox is my preferred platform. You can tell by all 60 controllers of custom controllers that I own. Listen to me. The PlayStation community, y'all never happy. Some of the Xbox community is never happy. There was nothing wrong with this showcase. People said, oh, at the end, the developers was talking. You didn't have to watch that. You already saw the damn games. You stayed to the end. You preferred to watch the developers talk about their game. Why are you mad? Because you could have stopped after Ragnarok. You could have. But no, they sure forspoken. They sure forspoken. We've been waiting for forspoken for 2 years. 2019 E3, they showed it. Damn. They showed
Project
gameplay.
Athia at the time.
Huh? It was.
I think it was called Project Athia at the time.
Right. Come on. There is nothing negative that came out of that showcase. Because if you are so much of a critic, why don't you get your ass out there and do better? Go get yourself a degree, learn how to program, and let's see what you got. Because y'all out here criticizing everything. And what Microsoft has learned and PlayStation has followed up is we're going to stop talking and we're going to give you game trailers, in-game content, and we're going to talk after. You don't have to wait to see what they talk about after. Oh, did you see at the end? They was talking just too much. Did you want them to talk during gameplay? Did you want them to talk before gameplay? Stop. Y'all are pathetic. You need to look in the mirror and be mad at yourself. I went on Twitter and I just said, Jesus Christ. They gave us game. I'm not capping for nobody. But as a gamer, I want to see games. And they did that. Spider-Man 2, Wolverine. What the hell you mad at? They showed you where the story's going in Ragnarok. What are you mad at? Gran Turismo fans. Oh, that steering wheel wasn't shiny enough for me, buddy. Yeah, you probably playing on a 720p TV anyway and probably don't even have a PS5. What was you watching on? Your $17 cell phone? Because there's absolutely no way you looked at that showcase and just said, this doesn't look good. Listen, God gave you fingers, God gave you mouth, God gave you eyes.
I mean,
but some of y'all don't.
What doesn't look good? I don't get this.
Yo, I couldn't get it. Yo, I was looking like, I saw 2 people say something positive.
We've been playing
then I seen
games.
15 negative comments. I'm in PlayStation 5 forums on Facebook. I couldn't believe the stuff I was reading. I said, what the hell was they looking at it on? A CRT TV from 1977? What was you watching this on? And did you go back and do your homework and look at the uploaded videos after the show?
I mean, you shouldn't have to.
No. But listen, PK, I'm just going off the energy, man. And I couldn't take it. I read so much negative. One dude said, well, I liked it. And then they was harping, you should shut up. Nobody asked you. I was like, whoa. This is PlayStation on PlayStation crime in here. I wasn't in an Xbox group. I'm in the PlayStation group, and this is what they was doing to their own community. So with that being said, I told y'all I had some smoke for your asses. Had some smoke for y'all. But with that being said, we're going to start off with Akumu. What did you think about the showcase, and what stood out for you, sis? Because I know you got sense.
Yeah, so I could say what stood out to me. I didn't see it all because work and adjusting to the new schedule, so I was pretty out of it this week. Also recovering, like I said. But I caught bits and pieces. I was fine with it. Like, I liked seeing the game trailers and gameplay and everything. I'm happy whenever I see that. I don't care where it's coming from. PlayStation, Microsoft, Nintendo. I'm happy to
See
see
games,
that.
right? Thank
Yes,
you. Thank
exactly.
you.
And that's the thing. I turn into like that giddy little schoolgirl, right? When I see games, especially when it's a game that I'm really excited for. I'll be there like, fangirling or whatever.
Right.
Hey. So yeah, I had no problem with it. I was good with it.
Okay. So what game did you particularly say I'm buying that? What game? Anything stood out
Ooh.
particularly for you?
There's a few, but I'll go through them quick.
Okay.
Tiny Tina's, just because I like Borderlands and Tiny Tina is
Yes!
a favorite of mine. Like, she is an absolute favorite character of mine from the moment I met her in Borderlands. Girl.
Right.
So
right.
I was excited to
Really?
see that coming back.
I was
For
excited
Tiny
for that
Tina
too.
Wonderland, so I was excited. The Project Eve,
Yes.
I was excited to see that as well. Let me see, the Alan Wake remaster. I'm excited for Spoken,
Right.
I believe, which I got a kick out of the trailer with the whole like with bracelet thing on her arm and how they're talking. Like, I loved it.
Okay.
Especially the trailer when she tried to fly and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, not where you draw the line."
All right. All right.
So
all right.
I liked the dialogue. Ghostwire Tokyo, I liked.
That's another
I
game
was
he's
just
waiting to see good gameplay of.
Yeah, I was just one of the things that I mean, I'm fine with it, but it makes me just a little bit kind of like, is it first person? Because if there's so much going on, I know that can make a lot of people sick. So that's the only thing that I'm a little bit worried about. Like, I have a friend who likes games like that too, but a lot of games that are in first person, it makes him sick. And I know this is a game that he was interested in playing. So that's the only thing that I'm just kind of like, but I am still excited that we got to see more.
Right.
After, because we hadn't really heard anything, we hadn't
Not for a
seen
long
anything.
time. Right. Right.
Exactly. So I was excited to see a little bit more about that. And then I think I'll try not to go into fangirl mode too much, but
No, fan out. I mean, please do what
okay.
you need to do.
Okay, but Spider-Man.
Oh.
Marvel Spider-Man 2. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I was so excited. And then I'm not even gonna lie, when I was sold on it because I'm like, oh yeah, this looks, yeah. But what absolutely I think had me over it is Venom's
Spider-Man
voice
is dope.
actor.
Yes.
Tony Todd.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
He is a horror icon to me. He's just an icon in general. His filmography is impressive. His voiceover work is impressive. Like
108 Dragons TV
I first saw him
everyone.
in Candyman, and I'm not even gonna lie. I saw the Candyman and
you was
absolutely
scared
fell
to
in
death.
love with that man. No, I fell in love with that man. Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay, yeah, it was a scary movie, watch. But I absolutely fell in love with that
I hope
man.
they do the movie right. I hope they do the movie
Oh yeah,
right.
I hope so too. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it. But yes, no. Everybody else was like, oh my god. Well, everybody else was like, oh my gosh, it's so creepy and it was scared and it is. But I've always been into horror, so I'm looking like if I was have those hearts going like.
Fact.
And from there. In multiple movies, not just even in horror movies, but in general, TV shows. Like, I started watching Stargate because of my dad and saw him in Stargate, saw him in the old.
Oh, that's right.
Saw him in like the old Hercules TV show, the old like Xena, and then of course just the cartoons that he's done voiceovers for the video games. So yeah, at first I'm like, oh, this game is really cool, and yeah, and there's. And then as soon as they reveal Venom and he talks, and I'm just like, I think I kind of with the whole like that whole fangirl thing, because yeah, oh my gosh, yes. Also, I just want to throw it out for a certain person that's listening, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's a site called Cameo where you can pay and write and have and type up like a personal message and everything. And the actors and actresses and everything of your choosing will read that message and you can send it as a gift to someone. I'm just saying to the certain someone who's listening, Tony Todd's on there, and you have a couple months until my birthday again. So, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm just
No,
I'm
Kumo,
just saying.
not doing it.
All right. Before
Not doing it.
and I'll end my
My birthday is
fangirling
in a
right
week
there.
and a half, so until I see you do it first, I'm not doing it.
all
Wow.
right, let me say this for the record, man.
She ain't talking to me. I'm
What?
just joking.
No, I'm moving on to the next person, sucker. Let me do what I do. What I'm saying is, when I came online before we went live, Six said, "Yo, what's wrong with you?" I said, "Yo, bro, I just woke up, bro. I'm tired, man. I was doing this.
I
I had a
remember now,
rough
yeah.
day. I was out all night. I had to pick my sister from the airport, you know." But I'm gonna say this. When I started watching that podcast, shout out to the people that was there. Yobi brought that up. Certain games lit my fire, baby. I was like,
Yeah.
Wolverine,
I remember.
yes. Spider-Man, yes. Blood Hunt, yes.
Ooh, Blood
Ragnarok,
Hunt, yeah.
yes.
I
Because-
forgot about Blood Hunt.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
Blood
I
Hunt is a
didn't.
PC
Vampire
only
the
game.
Masquerade. Yep.
To see them, no, not Masquerade. Blood Hunt. That's not Masquerade.
Yeah, but it's got the
No.
It's got the
It's not Masquerade.
Vampire the Masquerade Blunt Hunt. That's what I've seen that like 3 times now. I'm gonna look it up again to be sure.
Yeah, Blood Hunt
And,
is
and
different,
Guardians of
son.
the Galaxy. Sorry, I forgot about those two.
Oh,
I'm done.
wow.
That's
Yeah,
the one. That's when I got me.
Blood Hunt is different than Masquerade.
Right, it's a different game.
It's
Right,
a different
not the same
game. Blood
right.
Hunt is a battle royal, and y'all know I play my share of battle royals. But I woke up immediately. It snapped the goddamn sleepiness out of me. I was on the ball. I was like, yo! This is
That's right. That's the full name. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt.
okay.
Yep.
So it's like, man, I was like, damn. I didn't expect that because I'm like, man, I gotta play this on my PC. I don't even be talking on my PC because them dudes is all over the place with communication. So to see that game, which I know that's not top on everybody else's list, it was top on mine. Wolverine is my second favorite character in Marvel because my first is the Hulk. Wolverine is the badass. He's not the best X-Men ever. He's the weakest, but he's the gangster. He brings that fire. So he did it for me. Listen, I was excited. I was happy. I don't see why they gave everybody a little bit of something to see KOTOR come back in any shape, form, or fashion. Not a remaster, but a remake. We talk about Resident Evil 2 and 3 status. Man, how the hell could I not be happy? You know what I'm saying? I got many games. Project Eve was awesome. You know what I'm saying? God of War. You know, that's why I even own a PlayStation. You see my avatar? I got a Psy on one end and a Chains Olympus on the other. Those are the reasons I own an Xbox and a PlayStation. Master Chief and Kratos. Because Kratos is the most gangster superhero that's a villain or hero in any game. You drink, kill guards, and have sex with multiple women at the same damn time. No game does that. Just saying. I thought that was awesome. He was a gigolo on steroids. But with that being said, Sick. No, PK, because we went to you last, Sick. PK, what stood out for the show? What did it do for you? And tell me your standouts. Tell me what did it for you. And don't say Pokemon Go because it's not on PlayStation.
I don't play Pokemon Go anyway. So I can't remember that game that looked like Bayonetta / Devil May Cry. What was the name of that game?
Project
That was
Eve.
that Parasite. Oh no, yeah, Project
Eve.
Eve. Parasite.
Yeah,
I must want to play that game again.
I was digging that game. I definitely I appreciate the more like the plethora of Marvel games announcements. The
Cheap
past
Love,
month. I think
4GQ TV, MCU Universe reveals, reactions. All right, you may continue.
I think I think that's dope. I think overall they had a solid show, right? I think
Yes,
I
solid
give it
show.
like an 8.
I gave it an 8 too.
They had lots of great surprises, and they did select a lot of great games. So overall, I think it's a good. I think the PlayStation fans should definitely be excited. This was, like I said, I think it was the first show all year that I think they did a great job of delivering excitement. It was lots of new games. The Wolverine was definitely a shocker. I mean, yeah, it was just a trailer, but be honest, just the fact that Insomniac is doing it, there will be some quality there. I mean, the last Wolverine game we played was bad, done by Activision. It's almost like
X-Men Origins.
no. Yeah, no, it was
X-Men
Wolverine.
Origins Wolverine. I believe
Yeah, I
that was
own
the
it.
full name.
I 100% of the game, so it's almost.
Why you always got to throw that in there? You 100% a lot of games.
Hey, all I want to do is just say, like, look,
360 in the building. What's good? Shout out to the NLG gods in the building. Let's go.
I definitely like that one. I'm ready for that Tiny Tina. I'm looking for it.
Yeah, that's
Looking
awesome
for it.
too. I'm with this. I'm with all that smoke. I'm with
Yeah,
all that
so
smoke. Let's
I'm
go.
definitely. For me, I think it was just. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I like the Spider-Man stuff, but I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan. I'm gonna be
That's
honest.
acceptable. That don't mean it's not bad.
Arkham
but-
is my stuff, but
Right.
I think it's great. I think it's great that they dropped all this, and maybe Insomniac is just picking up all of Activision's expired license.
It's working.
Because they had all the Marvel license before, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they just picking up and
Yeah.
say, hey,
But they
we're
doing a
just gonna
better
do
job.
this. We're gonna do a single player item out of this, and we're gonna go from there. Overall, I think it was a good experience. It's more like that Project Eve that's kind of my jam, right? Bayonetta, matter of fact, I'm excited for a lot of games. I mean, Deathloop, I'm excited for. I'm excited for a lot of games. I think PlayStation fan base should be definitely appreciative. These guys put in the work to give them something that they haven't got all year, and show them that they're cooking, right?
Mhm.
And for me, I think a lot of people that are complaining or trying to find some sort of criticism in the show is like, what are you comparing it to? Because this is the best show they had all year. If you saying that you didn't like this, how did you like the other ones? Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
I think it was their best show they had in a long while.
That's the
Period.
best
But again-
show, period. I don't care who it's compared to. I'm not comparing it to Microsoft. E3, Microsoft
but-
took off and made a slam dunk. They made a slam dunk. That's a slam dunk for the
I'm just-
gamers.
I'm just saying, like, they did what they had to do to show you they got stuff coming down the pipe.
Yep.
Whether exclusive or not, they put it on a platform to show it off.
Facts.
When I say this, I say like the same. It's just like Nintendo fans when they watch these directs. Nintendo directs, they might do a little bit of talking, but they mostly just throw a bunch of games on there, and then it's about it.
Right.
It's really nothing but a game show,
And they're short.
and they're short, and they do it every two to. They usually do it every 2 months, but now they do it every 3 months. But the point I'm making is, they do it so much now, it it's boring to them. It's got to do something else. Got to have a symphony. No. You guys complain about gameplay, you got it. You guys complain about no games, you got it. There's nothing else to complain about. You seeing what's coming down the pipe. Get excited. This fall is so much gameplay, so many games. There's nothing to complain about, dude. Just
Facts.
pre-order your stuff and let's get down with
Shut
it.
your ass up and get your fingers ready. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
At
it.
the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Right. Shut your ass up. Let's get your fingers ready. Get your little working machines going. Don't get that carpal tunnel. Get your wrists ready. You know what I'm saying? Be
Right.
prepared. Stop crying. Play
Do some-
games.
do some
That's why we
stretches.
here.
Let's go.
Don't play at me. Sucker. Goddamn suckers. Complaining all the time. Jesus. Sid, before we get out
Yeah.
of here, give me your opinion on this showcase. Tell me what was your standouts, my brother. Please. And
Okay.
let me tell you, chat, y'all been absolutely amazing. And shout out to another brother in here, my man 360 from the NLG show. And I'm going to talk about y'all. I'm going to talk about Noof and Mav. All my shout outs at the end of the show. Let's go. Chat been lit. Happy to see everybody here. Like and subscribe if you're new here, because all we bring is the facts and great energy. And what we're supposed to be doing is gaming, and that's what we're talking about. Let's get it. Go ahead, Sid. Finish up with it, man.
Yeah. So overall last night I said the same thing that I'm gonna say now that I gave it a B-. I thought that was a pretty damn good show. I saw God of War. It looked more of the same, but actual 4K instead of being upscaled or whatever, and I could see that a little bit of a difference. I'd like to see some more of the gameplay. It seems a bit more of the same-ish, but that's not really a complaint. It's just like, that's God of War. God of War. A lot of people are talking about the fact that originally this was some kind of DLC or whatever, and they really expanded the full game.
Rumors.
Yeah, rumors, whatever. I'm just saying that's the talk going out there instead of the game itself. If you like God of War, there's more God of War for you. It's looking good, like the plot's about to come to a head. So that is what it is. Project Eve. Okay, I want to see some more about that. That looks good. KOTOR remake. A lot of people got in their feelings about that one too. That came out of nowhere. No one expected that one. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I'm not a Borderlands fan at all, but the girl who voices her, I forget her name, but I used to watch her YouTube channel. It was her and her brother and stuff. They used to make all types of videos.
Yeah, the brother created the Borderlands, and that's how she got the voice.
Right. He was one of the
Borderlands
writers.
is a 108 life. And anybody don't know, 108 Dragons came from my YouTube, from my clan on Xbox, and we are officially 20 years old in November. That's a fact.
Yep.
The 108
Crazy,
Dragons
man.
are 20 years invested in the Xbox platform, from Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Halo, and anything multiplayer that was on Game Battles. This is not just about my YouTube channel. It's also about the 108 Dragons.
Yep.
The history.
Dragons played
20 years we've been together. It's over 80 of us, but continue.
Yeah. They played a lot of Borderlands. I wasn't into Borderlands at that time, so I missed it out completely. But yeah, the brother did make he did write the game. Yeah, I remember that, and that was her, stepping stone into the industry. You've seen her, do a lot of great things. So, there's that. But Alan Wake, that had got leaked out the week before. So, it is what it is, but it was good to actually see it in action. And, if you haven't played it before, it's on Steam right now, and I believe it's backwards compatible on Xbox. You don't even have to wait. But if you want this remaster,
it's here.
It's here, right?
It's here. It's still there.
Grand Theft Auto. Everybody says the same thing every time, but guess what? This game makes money like that. That's why they're doing it.
Sold.
That's right. The online is still progressing. They still do stuff with it.
The longevity is insane.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing the same line about, listen, just don't buy it.
Facts.
I'm not buying it again. I have it on PC to play the online. I guarantee you they're not really enhancing the graphics. It's just they, putting it up to the level of what the PC can handle. That's not really enhancement other than, higher res. Maybe they increase the draw distances and stuff, to the levels of what the PC has. Take a little advantage,
but
yeah, nothing serious.
Right.
Nothing that you really need to buy the game over again if you're angry about. Listen, if you're angry about it, so just don't buy it and just don't buy it. I'm tired of hearing people talking about it over and over and over and over and over. I'm so tired of that. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. Wow. Woo. Yo, listen, man. The first film, I didn't see it until I saw it on Blu-ray in 3D.
Yo, shut his mic off. Yo, I need my other Matrix brother to shut his mic off.
Don't worry, man.
Yo, PK, get your IT on. Shut his mic off.
All of that. I didn't see no trailer at the time. I didn't know nothing. I didn't care nothing, right? But shout out to my boy Wetworks when I was at his house and he put the film on. And
Dragons TV welcomes
everyone. Living with his glasses. So that first scene, at the very beginning when he goes to that place to get that orb or whatever, I saw that scene like 6 times, bro. And from the first time, I just wanted to see the rest of the movie because it caught me like that. And this game, I saw the footage and the jokes and the action. It caught me that same way. My eye is really interested in this game. And I don't play no comic book games like that.
It got the great colors. The color gamut is crazy. The boss battles look crazy. How could you not be happy with seeing great gameplay like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blood Hunt, which is a part of the Vampire the Masquerade franchise. But
right.
Multiplayer
Battle
game. I put the
Royale.
link up to the Steam. Yeah, Battle Royale. That's what it is.
It's
I
a
put the
Battle
link
Royale.
up to the Steam version, but it's coming to consoles. That's great to see.
Yeah.
Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Woo!
Definitely are two games we wanted to see some more footage on. But Ghostwire, I was listening to Pong Soul and Steel Rain this morning on the Living Split screen, right? And Pong Soul was mentioning a game on the Dreamcast, Mocking
108
X.
Dragons TV
And he
welcomes
was mentioning
Living Split
how
Screen podcast to the show.
this game reminded him of that. And I see what he's talking about, because as soon as he was mentioning the name and he couldn't remember the name exactly, I'm like, Mocking. I didn't remember the X part at the time, but yeah, Mocking X. And that's definitely a game, from back in the day. The other day was the anniversary of the Dreamcast. So, that's why it was so fresh in my mind. But yeah, that game also is looking real good. So we'll see that in about a year on Xbox or so. Takia was the other one. You remember with Dokkan V, I think it was. We were talking about that last week, I believe. And Nintendo, we all feel like Nintendo slipped up, because you see that game and you look at it and you're like, wow, this is what Nintendo should have been doing with Pokemon. And here's another game that has that heart and the animation and the characters. And once again, Nintendo, look at these two games, man. This is the path forward in, the art style and all of that.
Right.
Uncharted, the Legacy of Thieves collection is coming to PC and the PlayStation 5 early next year. That's definitely cool. Wolverine. I knew it was him as soon as I saw
The boss
dude
scene.
in the bar,
Right.
and even before I could see the cuts on his hand, because all the cuts weren't lined up all perfectly
Canada.
like they
He
normally
fights
are.
in that bar
Right.
in Canada. Right. They even put that
Right.
in the movies
So-
and the comic books.
Right. So when you were seeing his hands, all the cuts, with his claws come out, it wasn't all perfect and everything. So a lot of people didn't know at first. But I'm like, nope, that's Wolverine. As soon I'm like, yes.
Yeah, you said that. You
Gran-
said that before I could say it.
Yeah. Gran Turismo 7. I want to see some more about this because I'm kind of shocked that it's coming out in March. Gran Turismo is a game that's eternally delayed. I've been mentioning that a lot lately.
But you know what?
And they delayed it once,
cross-gen.
but it's coming out in March.
It's cross-gen, so he's gonna make his
Right.
money. Because he
Right.
won't release it until they make 15 million sold on the next
Right.
gen. But it's cross-gen. It's
And,
not like before.
Right. And Gran Turismo is the second game in next year that PlayStation really has something to, to put on a pedestal. Because in February, it's Horizon. March, it's Gran Turismo. If they could continue on with that momentum into the next month with another game, man, they'll be in a good position, because this year is a wash for them. They've had a couple of titles this year, but overall, it's been hard to get the system. A lot of people, even, like a good number of the systems that are out there are in the hands of scalpers, so gamers aren't playing those games and stuff. So next year seems to be like a little bit of a reboot for Sony and PlayStation in a way. But then a lot of people, myself included, has always looked at PlayStation like the first year of PlayStation is usually not so good. There's a lot of promises, and it's after that first year where you really see the titles begin, and that's what's happening next year, beginning in February. Definitely seeing that. Overall, like I said, it was a great show. I give it a B-, and yeah, it was pretty good, man. They could have been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse, and that's the best show they've done in a long time. I really can't see it
being no better. I ain't lying, because they showed exclusives. They showed something we never seen. They updated games that they talked about. They showed us a big hitter that only had a title. They showed us a sequel and a secret game in Wolverine. I really don't have. Yeah. I don't want to give anything a perfect score, but a 90 or a B, I'm going with, because that's what I looked at. I didn't give it nothing negative, because they really covered all bases. There was, if a game don't appeal to somebody, I can say. But I can't talk for everyone. I'm just talking about from my perspective. But I'm just saying, they hit it out the park. And I don't care if you a PlayStation fan, Xbox fan, whatever. They gave me reason to say, okay, I see why I bought a PS5. Because this holiday season, I was scratching my head like,
and that's
I don't know what I'm getting. So I'm going to get Blood Hunt, right? I'm going to get that. Because, I'm a Battle Royale dude. No, I don't care. I was going to play it on my PC, but I didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? So now, let me get into my PlayStation community online, because they ain't like they got an online presence unless you're playing Call of Duty or Fortnite. So that gives me a game that's not on Xbox that I can play and get to know other people. That's my whole point. But with that being said, that is the end of the show, man. And I have to say, the chat was absolutely amazing. Amazing. And it's another one in the book. This is number 25, baby. We are still rookies in the building, but we growing. My panel's awesome. I appreciate you three, man. You know what I'm saying?
See Birch. Yes, that's what it
Yeah,
was. Thanks, buddy.
I appreciate you. Shout out to the 108.7.5 and the extension of 108 Dragons TV, Mr. Bloody Knuckles, aka you know what? I ain't gonna even blow him up. Akumu, you tell him to stop tweeting so much. Twitter finger sucker. But anyway, with that being said, we don't get these outros. We're gonna move. I got some business to take care of. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. And y'all was absolutely amazing. Without y'all, there is no us. Akumu, tell them where they can find you. You like the Master Chief, the female version. Let's go 117 and a third. Let's go.
Oh yeah, you can find me over on Twitch still, under my name Akuma_Matata. I'm changing up my schedule because obviously you can't be doing those late night streams anymore.
You know what? And you know what? And you gotta send me the link to your channel in our group chat so I can add you at the bottom. And you know what? I gotta do that for both of y'all too. Even six
Twitter,
which I have, and PK Fizzle. But go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. So the schedule's going to be changing. I'm going to be kind of experimenting to see what works best for me. Because right now I'm in training, so I have one schedule, and then when I actually start working, my schedule's going to change. So right now I'm just kind of seeing what's going to work, what's going to work the best. But I'm kind of looking at maybe like 7 p.m. Central Standard Time right now.
Okay.
And then working more on the YouTube channel, same thing under Tada.
You need to make your man do it. Oh,
he's working on it. He's been working on it.
He got cursed out the other day. I ain't gonna even get into that.
Yeah, no, he's been editing videos and things to put them up. So
I'm gonna give him his money back and give back my equipment.
No, he is working on it. He does have some videos that he just finished editing, so he's gonna be putting those up.
Good.
So he's working on it. Now I just gotta work on it too, because I have some videos I saved that I just haven't done anything with. So I need to get on that now.
Okay. All right. Well, no, not PK. We're gonna go to the most electrifying light skinned dude on the second block in the history of the game. We're gonna go to my man the Matrix, aka Neo. Yo, listen, man. I got some credit card bills. I'm a little bit overdrawn. What's good? You gonna hook me up with that negative balance? Oh, excuse me, that zero balance? Let's go. What's good with you, Neo?
We'll see, man.
Where can they find you?
Some agents lately, bro. So I don't know about all of that.
Fans
man.
coming straight
my
to your
head
house.
down. But for now though, you can check me out on Twitter. I passed that 500 mark. You know, thanks to everybody who subscribed. You know, and got me over that hump. No doubt. You definitely check me out right here every week on the Dragon's Den, and on Monday I'll be on Dirk Griggity's podcast. And shout out to him.
And shout out to my brother for reaching out. We talked about that. Let's get it.
Yes. And
go on there with your Xbox juice. Be ready. Cause I'll be in them chats. Giving that free smoke.
Yeah, that's a wild show. It's gonna be fun time. So you can come check me out over there. And then yeah. That's pretty much it. Check me out on Twitter. You can check me out right here on the Dragon's Den every week. And no doubt, I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Okay, we're going to get into my little brother, man. Let's go, P. Kenzo.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for everyone coming out, checking out the show, hanging out with us.
I should take a picture right now.
You always can catch me.
No Vaseline.
Hey, look, you can definitely catch me on Dragon's Den every Saturday. Come check me out on 4GQ TV. We got a lot of shows popping up, so definitely come and definitely follow me on Twitter, PKX Live. I think my tag is in the description, right?
No,
I think it is. Well, it should be.
I gotta fix it. I gotta do it because I'll be doing 100 things, man. You gotta remind.
Yeah.
I forgot to make y'all mods for the first 10 episodes.
Yeah, so just
the simple stuff, but that's why I got y'all.
You can definitely find me in the Twitterverse. Hit me up. My DM's open. We could definitely chop it up or play some games.
Facts.
If you would add me to the Switch, I'm just saying, still haven't seen the friend request.
You gotta send a code.
Intent.
Send the code.
I did send a code.
Not to me.
No, I sent it to PK. That's what I said. I'm
I
still
gotta
waiting.
switch. Stop treating me like that. I gotta switch.
All right,
I
all
didn't
right.
know you. Then I'll send you my code too.
I gotta switch. God damn it. All right, listen, people. Listen, man. We have an official announcement that's happening. We had it last week. We are starting the community game night on the 26th. I put up a poll, 3 different titles. We're going to be streaming. Whoever streams, stream. My content creators, everybody's invited. It is the One Away Dragons competitive co-op game night. And that means one night we might all be competing in Battle Royale or whatever game, Halo. Or the next night, the next Sunday, we might be co-oping in Back for Blood, Destiny, Aliens Fire Team. You never know. But I put up the poll. Everybody's invited, man. My content creators, I talked about that on all 3 shows that I talked about this week, man. Listen, stay tuned for that. We're going to show y'all how this community gets together, play games, taking chains, name tags with no brains. That's what we doing on the block. I'm dropping bars live. And I ain't no rapper. But listen, man. Thank you, everybody. To my Noof Nukem podcast on Tuesday. Absolutely amazing. To the NLG show, Next Level Gaming Community. Absolutely amazing. To the Fun Speculation show last night. Absolutely amazing podcast. Thanks for having me as a guest. It is greatly appreciated for getting those invites. Shout out to Dirk Griggity for getting my boy Six Slayer on. Let's get it popping. Support to be supported, man. This is a gaming community. We are here for gaming. We will see y'all next week. Look during the week doing fresh content. You know what I do. You know you're going to be here next Saturday tuning in. Y'all all are welcome to join, man. I love each and individual that supports this channel. And shout out to the one guy that always come here and give me a thumbs down. Shout out to your lonely ass. Let's talk those facts. You know what I'm saying? We talk about every console here. We support all brands and we play games, especially that goddamn PK. 15,000 points. The money ain't even over. Jesus. You need
buying
to
the
get a
same
life.
game twice.
You know what I'm saying?
This guy here, man.
It's God, man. And shout out to my GUG family, the clowns, the graphs, the mics,
Infinite.
the dread pools, the infinites, the cerebral pauls. Woo! You know how we do out here. And like I say every week, you got to bring your game and not your goddamn name. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
That